The Montreal Canadiens face off tonight against the Vancouver Canucks. After going 10-5 since the start of December, they are now in position to go above 500 and potentially slot into a playoff spot tonight with a win. Can they do it?
Passes out to Hutson. Varakov out of the box. Shot, scores!
You're gonna get out.
One, Suzuki, the Caufield scores!
Feels wrong. You wanna take a shot.
Point streak. Hutson. Line 8. One-timer tip. Score!
Something that it's not. You wanna.
Nifty maneuver. Look at him dangle as it's chopped out of the zone.
If you're stuck and you're about to break, there's only so much that you can take. So take it easy with a 9 to 5. You have to get out and stay.
Hey, like how about this game? It had everything. I need more.
Vancouver. This one's a big one, guys. Let's talk about it. The game tonight was in Montreal. The team returns home and they're facing off against the Vancouver Canucks, who have had their run of problems lately. Injuries, locker room drama. But surprising enough, Captain Quinn Hughes was in the lineup tonight. They're still missing Pedersen and they're missing Demko. So what were my feelings going into this game? Well, it seems like anytime the Montreal Canadiens are afforded some sort of advantage, that just means they're going to lose. So I was worrisome that they would not be able to pull this one off. But do they? Before we get started, please, can I ask you one favor? Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, or if you are subscribed, it helps me out with search results or something. Let's see if we can beat our previous record. I don't even know what our record is. 600? I don't know, something like that. So we start the video where we always start, the lineup. We have Cole Caufield, Nick Suzuki, Slavkovsky. Line 2, Pezzetta, Doc, Newhook. Line 3, Anderson, Dvorak, and Gallagher. Line 4, Heineman, Evans, and Armia. On defense, we have Hutson, Matheson, Gooley, Carrier, Jack-Eye, and Struble. And in net, we have Montembeault. So no Line A, no Savard. Both individuals who are extremely important to the team. Both individuals who I thought would be back tonight. Like I said, a lot is on the line. If the Canadiens win tonight, we could be in a wildcard spot. Let's jump right into this one. It's going to go the distance. This might be a long video, or I might be able to refine my technique and make this a shorter one. But before the game even gets started, things aren't looking good. The refs can't seem to read the starting lineups. And that tracks because there's a lot of missed penalties this game. Penalties that should have been given to the Vancouver Canucks. I'm so sick of clipping penalties that weren't called penalties. I'm not even going to bother with it this time, guys. So the puck drops. Of course, the fourth line is out there to set the tone, but it'll be Caden Gooley setting the tone in terms of physicality, and that continues throughout the first period. Gooley flattens Leckermacky.
And Quinn Hughes will take over.
There's a lot of energy. You can feel it. It's coming through the broadcast. I wish I was at the Bell Center, obviously, but we're watching this on Amazon Prime, who, I'll get to that, but they have a great broadcast, good production values, but I'm going to make some criticisms in a bit. It doesn't take long until you feel the energy hit 11.
To the NHL for that young player out of the corner. Uri Slavkovsky to the slot. Caufield scores!
That's Cole Caufield scoring his 22nd goal of the season. That puts him in 7th position overall. It was assisted by Slavkovsky and Suzuki. Great pass by Slavkovsky. Michael Pezzetta is playing again in this game. Unfortunately, he plays even less time. He went from 6 minutes to 5 minutes to 4 minutes this game. But he does manage to get, I think, like 4-5 hits in, just to give you an idea of the tone of physicality in the game. Gooley lays another big hit. Struble takes out Garland, but tit for tat, JT Miller takes out Lane Hutson. Looks painful.
JT Miller, yeah, he can be physical too, taking out.
Then before the end of the first period, JT Miller gets a goal.
Distant play. And that shot will provide it.
And this stinks because really it's Hutson who didn't take out his man, and he gets it over to Miller. Miller easily puts it in on a one-timer. The Habs go on the power play after Garland hits Struble in the strudel. And you saw some promising things on the power play. We're really missing Line A though. Kirby Dach is sitting right in front of the net, right where he should be, but he tips the puck a little bit too high, too much sauce on it. We then see Lane Hutson going end to end and just providing a masterclass on deking and faking out your opponents.
Bruce is back. Carries it out to center. He can be a one-man breakout. He's in!
But that's how the first period wraps up. It's 1-1 going into the second. So we're in the second period. Luckily, I found another one of Pizzetta's hits. I'll put it up. Really rooting for Pizzetta, but maybe they're just conditioning him so he can get his legs out there. Do you think he'll play significant time after this? After Laine gets back? Forbert from the Vancouver Canucks gets injured. I don't really understand what happens here. Maybe it's his knee. It's an awkward collision. Hopefully he's all right. Still in the second period, Miller strikes again. He's becoming a real nuisance for the Habs here. This is a weird bounce that gets kind of behind Carrier, and Lekkermäki brought it right to the net. JT Miller cleans it up. Not much you can do for Montembeault here. But only shortly after that goal, Montembeault probably could have done something with this one.
2-on-1. Lekkermäki with Myers. A shot, he scores!
It's that freaking Lekkermäki kid again. It's 3-1 Vancouver. This play developed quickly as the Habs overcommit to the offensive zone. Carrier also gets kind of caught behind the play, but he was on his man. It was a frustrating one. At that point, they're up 3-1. It's not looking good. Canadiens aren't getting a whole lot of shots on net either during the second period, and they really need to. I think they had 6 shots when they finally wake up and start putting a lot of pressure on the Canucks using that fourth line again. A lot of people are saying that this is the league's best fourth line. I tend to agree because, again, fourth line is out. However, it's going to be Gouli who scores to tie it up 2-2.
And they got rewarded. They're back within 1 here of the Vancouver Canucks.
Isn't it crazy how the game could change? It never.
Really great, solid, hard work done by Armia and the fourth line. Carrier and Armia get the assists on this one. Now we're going to talk about the Amazon broadcast. So good production values, right? Lots of camera angles, lots of neat little segments and stuff during the break. And there's even like a pregame portion that's usually neat and usually has like a segment. The thing is, they're not market games. So the announcers are going to be rooting for both teams, essentially. They'll be kind of impartial, but it really felt like the announcers were full on for Vancouver, and they would not stop talking about Quinn Hughes. To me, this was not a great game for Quinn Hughes. He's playing injured. He didn't look good out there. He doesn't look good at the best of times. I find he looks really tired all the time, but he did not look good out there today. And somehow they just managed to keep talking about him. Let me know if you noticed that as well, or if I'm just being kind of, I don't know. Here, actually, I have some examples. So he's falling all over the ice because he loses his skate blade. Okay, I guess that's remarkable. You could talk about that. But this is already after they've been talking about how great he looks out there and so on and so forth. So it's just funny that it's kind of like insult to injury. And then they're showing kind of highlights for Hughes, but it's like Lane Hutson has already done 7 more impressive things this game.
It's not enough just to break the puck out, get up in the play, and you see what it creates. It creates open space. It creates a bad gap from the defenseman, creates an opportunity at the other end.
So that's going to do it for the second period. We move into the third period. Evans gets his pocket picked by Myers. Myers brings it up ice. It looks really scary. This goes off like the corner of the net. Basically, it hit the crossbar and the post. Then Slav is in the offensive zone. He's doing all right, and he gets slashed by Sherwood. The Habs go on the power play, and they make it count.
Drag it, shoot it, stopped by Lankin in the rebound. They score!
Kirby Dach, he's continuing his newfound success, his newfound confidence. Lane Hutson assists on this, and he did a lot of work here. Suzuki also gets the assist. It's a power play goal, of course. What Dach does here in front of the net, get the puck up and into that net. That's what I want to see Slavkovsky doing during normal 5-on-5s.
We could all use a clean sheet sometimes.
So it's back to a tie game 3-3. But it doesn't stay that way because Lane Hutson is going to show you why he's the better player than Quinn Hughes in this game.
Hutson. Out in front, they score! Lane Hutson off Quinn Hughes!
It's funny, Hutson deflects the puck off of Hughes' skate on this goal, but the Amazon commentary is still somehow managing to compliment Hughes on his defensive play here.
Right off of Quinn Hughes' foot right here, trying to make a defensive play.
Later in the third, Caufield gets his face elbowed into the boards. He doesn't like it. I don't think anybody would, but he saw red here and did something that lacked maturity. He slashes the stick out of Tyler Myers' hand in full view of the referee purposefully. And I think he's probably also lucky he didn't get a misconduct because he definitely says something to the referee here, probably about, oh, you saw that, but you didn't see what happened to me in the corner. Anyway, he goes to the box and the Canucks capitalize.
Miller downhill. DeBrusk scores! Wide!
JT Miller to DeBrusk. I mean, DeBrusk was all alone there. This is one of those seam passes that are very difficult for the goaltender to track. I'm not going to be too tough on Montembeault for this one, but I'll revisit Montembeault this game after I do the recap. Both teams are really in it now. You could tell that they both wanted to win, but I feel good saying that Montreal was showing that they wanted to win a little bit more. And Nils Hoglander gets frustrated with it. He takes a bad interference call with only 30 seconds left in the third period. The power play didn't click in the third, so we're going to overtime with still a man advantage for like a minute and 30. The puck goes down. Habs set up good in the zone. Vancouver gets it out maybe once or twice, but before the power play is up, the captain is going to settle the score.
Hutson, Lane Hutson, Suzuki, and a shot, he scores!
5-4 Montreal. But is the game over? The Vancouver goaltender Lekkonen's trying to dispute this. I don't know what they're trying to dispute here, but Talkit does call for a coach's challenge. It takes them seconds, and they say that the goal sticks. Montreal pulled it off. This one is huge, guys. They are sitting in wildcard spot 2 behind Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has 1 more point than us, but they have 3 less games. We're ahead of Pittsburgh, who has 1 more game than us, and they're tied for points. So technically we're above them. Ottawa isn't too far behind either. They have 2 less games than us and 40 points. It's tight. I mean, it's tight all the way down. This is still anyone's game, and Montreal is going to need to continue to put in these difficult and strong efforts. I don't have a whole lot of notes. Everyone did really well this game, and Montembeault. So if you're on the forums, if you're on Twitter, if you're on X or whatever, you're going to see a lot of criticism of Montembeault. I think that he put in a solid effort. I think there was 1 goal where he probably should have stopped it. He had a clear line. It was the second goal. No, this is the second. Was it the third? It was the third goal. It was the Lekkermäki goal when he was coming up on a 2-on-1. I think he should have known to commit to Lekkermäki a little bit more. It would have given him a good advantage on that shot. It wasn't the best shot in the world. But what I wanted to say is individuals in the forums online are out in a mob. They're saying that Dobesh should be the starting goaltender. I deplore this. This is disgusting. I hate it. Stop it right now, because I already see it creeping into the comments, and we need to let this play out. Maybe Dobesh is the better goaltender. I'm not being hard-headed. I'm not saying that, Montembeault has more time under his belt, so he is the better goaltender. I'm not saying that. I'm not being ignorant. Dobesh may very well be the goaltender, but he needs to prove that. And you don't prove it in 2 games. Secondly, on that same topic, don't crap on our goaltender. Don't crap on our own goaltender. You're supposed to be behind this guy. Support him as much as possible. He let 4 goals in this game. That's not great for him, but a lot of those goals were on a rush. A lot of those goals were one-timers that were passed along the seam. They were tough goals. I have personally had to evaluate my own ideals on what is a goal that is savable and what isn't. The goalie's at a huge disadvantage. Defense is an extremely important role and component for the team. So that's just what I wanted to say. Let's end it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support recently. It's been incredible. I can't believe how many subscribers we've gained just over the past couple of days. We're going to be able to reach our next benchmark before we know it. We're already at, what is it? Like almost 7,200 subscribers, or are we over 7,200? We're over 7,200 subscribers. We're 7,215. So 7,215 subscribers. That blows my mind, because we were trying to reach 7,000 subscribers. It felt like for a long time, and we're well on our way to 8,000. So tell your friends about this channel. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell Aunt Louise, tell your cousin, François-Edouard Dadino, tell your ex-wife, Elizabeth. Tell them all to subscribe to me. I really appreciate it. We're on a little bit of a break here. We don't play again until Friday against the Washington Capitals. That could be a tough game. Capitals lost tonight, though, to Buffalo, I think. So maybe the Capitals are seeing some fatigue. I think I'll probably get a video up before that. I don't know what the topic's going to be. Let me know what kind of topics you'd like to see me cover. But like I said, that's going to do it for me, guys. Like the video. It helps me out with search results. Oh, I wanted to say something. If you like that music at the start of the video, it's by a local artist from Laval. His name is Patrick Laurent. I think I'm saying that right. And the song is called Stuck. You can find it on YouTube. I think he's on Spotify. I think he's on all the platforms. So check it out and support a local artist. Again, that's going to do it for me. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you down below in the comments.